Alright guys, what's going on? It's JT Bricks back again here for another video, and today I'm going to be going over some more LEGO Star Wars UCS Mos Eisley Cantina news, and just some information and just some of my predictions on what I think the set is going to be about. So obviously, this set is supposed to be the new 2020 UCS set. It's going to be another Master Builders type set. It's supposed to be about $350 and should have around 3,000 pieces. I also expect a set of this size to have anywhere from 15 to 20 minifigures. And obviously, as many of you know, the original UCS 2020 rumor for later this year was that there was going to be a new shuttle Tidarium. That has been pretty much shut down though, and right now, pretty much we're all in on a UCS Mos Eisley Cantina. As far as an official announcement and reveal date, I imagine it could be as early as late August when we first get real official news about this thing, maybe images or stuff like that. Other than that though, let's just get into what I think is going to be in the set. So starting things out with the minifigures, I think there could be anywhere from 10 to 20 minifigures in this set, and obviously Han Solo and Greedo will both be included in this set. After those two though, I would at least expect anywhere from 3 to 5 Biff musicians in the cantina as well. Obviously there's 5 in the scene, but in the last Mos Eisley Cantina we got 3, so you would think LEGO would put 5, but you never know. So I think 3 to 5 is a good choice, but I think that 5 is the realistic number, and I think that's what we should expect. Another minifigure you'll need to include will obviously have to be C-3PO, along with his companion R2-D2. I would also expect to see Wooher or the bartender in the set as well, as a virtual lock. Also, I think that the possibility of maybe 2 to 3 Sand Troopers is also likely. I'm thinking at least 2, maybe 3, but if I were to guess, I'd say LEGO would probably put just 2 Sand Troopers or Stormtroopers in the set. And obviously also you're going to have Luke Skywalker in this set. Another minifigure that I think would be a lock for this set is Dr. Evazan, who's like the really ugly bounty hunter dude. This would be, I think, the first time he'd be in LEGO form, so I think that'd be a great new minifigure for LEGO to include in the set. And if you're going to have Dr. Evazan, you're obviously going to need his friend Ponda Baba, who gets his arm chopped off in the scene. As far as some other Cantina minifigures go, there could be plenty of them. There's obviously lots of different Cantina guests and aliens they could do. So really, I think the possibilities are kind of unlimited when it comes to the extra minifigures and side characters we could get. Continuing on with more of the main characters, you're also going to definitely have Chewbacca in this set, along with Ben Kenobi. Some minifigures you could also possibly see, though, would maybe be a Jawa or 2, maybe a Tusken Raider or 2, along with maybe some side characters like some droids, like maybe R5-D4. There's plenty of different side characters and droids and aliens and even creatures we could see in this set. In the end, for the minifigures, based off the ones I've listed, those could amount to like 15 to 22 to 23 minifigures. Ultimately, we just have to see what the final set has, but I think that the 15 to 23 range is pretty realistic. Obviously, there is also the potential that this set has something to do with the Mandalorian, as we see Mos Eisley and the Cantina years later in the TV show. I think that this is possible, and it would be really cool, but I think it is very, very unlikely, like a 1.001% chance that this would happen. It would be cool. I mean, obviously you can include the Mandalorian, you can include that one bounty hunter dude, like Toros something, Fennec Shand. There's plenty of characters they could include in minifigures in that set, along with the Razor Crest, Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda's like babysitter, those pit droids. There's plenty of things they could do with the Mandalorian and incorporate it into this UCS set. But I think that this set is definitely just going to be original trilogy themed and based, which is fine, as it should be. But it's a cool idea, and I think that it would definitely be neat to see some Mandalorian aspects of Mos Eisley incorporated into the set. As for the build itself, obviously I think there's going to be the Mos Eisley Cantina, along with Docking Bay 94, I believe, or just wherever the Millennium Falcon is landed, along with maybe a mini-scale Millennium Falcon as well. And I do think that we'll get some aspects of the Mos Eisley spaceport as well. Maybe some side little vehicles, a dewback, some side structures. Maybe you could get that. I can remember, like, nostalgia-wise, like the big gray, like, crashed ship that's in the middle of the spaceport. I think that could definitely be a possible structure LEGO could add. That would be really neat. I think this set could have, like I said, 2,500 to 3,000 pieces. So ultimately, you're going to have the cantina, which is going to be big. Probably the docking bay where the Falcon is. Maybe some small little structures on the side. Maybe you can include that crashed ship that we always see on those Battlefront maps. Maybe a few other mini structures, like that little quad jumper, little tiny ship that we got in the 2018 Mos Eisley Cantina set. Overall, there's a lot of different structures they can include for this. But I think that the cantina, docking bay, a couple of other small structures or locks, maybe even possibly Luke's land speeder. But we could also see some weird and extra stuff like the crash ship and some other small structures. And obviously, as far as the Cantina goes, I expect it to be much more big and really complete compared to the 2018 and 2014 versions, even though those are fine sets on their own. Now, although this set is going to be anywhere from, I think, 2,000 to 3,000 pieces, LEGO in the past few months obviously released the Luke's Landspeeder and Ben Kenobi's hut, which to me are obviously possible future extensions to this set. You know, I would expect to see Luke's Landspeeder in this set, but obviously they just released one a few months ago, so I really don't think there's going to be a Luke's Landspeeder in this set. I think it's a possibility, and I think it makes sense because it's in the scene. But they just released one, and I think that set is pretty much just a perfect expansion to that UCS build. So another Luke's Landspeeder is a possibility, which would be unfortunate. But with one releasing just a few months ago, I think that one was intended to be an extension to the set. So I really don't think that we'll get another one in this set. It's likely, but honestly, they just released one, so I don't know why they'd make a brand new one. They could, but I think that they're just going to want people to buy that Luke's Landspeeder for this Mos Eisley Cantina set. Also, obviously, there was the Ben Kenobi's hut, which was released, and that set, it's a great set, but part of Ben Kenobi's hut feels empty. There's just a whole open area on the set, along with little connectors that could connect to other buildings that LEGO would make. So to me, that set's clearly, I think, pretty evidently going to be an expansion set. I guess you wouldn't really make too much sense to include it in the Mos Eisley spaceport because it's not really by the spaceport, but it definitely looks like it connects to something, and obviously we don't know what that something is. And it has a pretty open area on the back of it, so it would make sense. It would be neat. Maybe could connect to something like the Lars Homestead, or just the Mos Eisley spaceport in general. Wouldn't make a lot of sense, but that set has that for a reason, and as of now we don't know, but I think that connecting it to the UCS spaceport is definitely very likely. Anyways, this is a set that I am looking forward to. I really want to see what it looks like before I really get into thinking about purchasing it, though. It's going to be probably a really nice set. It's going to have lots of unique and new minifigures, and I think that the idea of it connecting with the Luke's Landspeeder and Ben Kenobi's hut is awesome, actually. It's something that would be really neat to see, but it is going to be expensive. It's a UCS set. I've never owned a UCS set, so I guess I can't talk from experience about what I think of them, but I think they are really neat and really cool. And this set's obviously going to be more of a master builders type set, probably, so not a traditional UCS set, But I kind of want to see what it looks like before I really think about purchasing it, because I think that this set is either going to be really like small in scale and just kind of be the Mos Eisley Cantina, or it's really going to be a much larger Mos Eisley spaceport type set, which I hope it is much larger than just the Cantina. I think it's going to be a great set, but before I really think about, and I think anyone should think about really purchasing it, I think we all should see what it looks like. Because, I don't know, I don't have a feeling that's going to disappoint, but I feel like it might not be as good as I might make it out to be. Maybe it'll have only 12 minifigures and then it'll be really small. I don't know. But I'm excited to see it nevertheless. It's very unique. It's a cool idea, and I can't wait to get more news on it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.